everyone, I'm Malika from Phuket Pass. In this section, we will go through some GED Math reasoning practice questions together and I will show you how to tackle them step by step. Let's get started. So here is the first question. A painter rented a wallpaper steamer at 9 a.m. and returned it at 4 p.m. He paid a total of $28.84. What was the rental cost per hour? So we have to see how many hours he has used that one. And the total amount he has given is $28.84. So total hour he has used is from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. So that means 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. is going to be 3 hours. And from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. is going to be 4 hours. So that will be 4 hours. So when you add these two, you're going to get 7 hours. So for 7 hours, he has paid $28.84. So for 1 hour means that is the rental cost per hour. So for 1 hour is going to be 28.84 divided by 7. And that is going to be $4.12. Next one, what is the value of 36x minus 8y square when x is equal to 3 and y is equal to minus 6? So the given expression is 36x minus 8y square. You have given the value here is x is equal to 3 and y is equal to minus 6. So what you have to do is you are just going to substitute these values in this expression. So 36 times x is going to be 3 minus 8, y is going to be minus 6 whole square. Thirty-six times 3 is going to be 108 minus 8. 6 minus 6 whole square is going to be 36 plus 36 because it's minus, whole square is minus times minus, that is plus. So it's going to be plus 36. And now 8 times 36, that's going to be 288. And when you subtract 108 minus 288, that is going to be 180. So you can see here, this is plus and this is minus. So you will be doing the subtraction and the answer will be always negative because the highest number is a negative number here. So answer is going to be 180 minus 180. Next one, Dominic earns $285 per week plus an 8% commission rate on all his sales. If Dominic sells $4,213 worth of merchandise in 1 week, how much will his total earnings for the week be? So this is a fixed amount. This plus he is going to get 8% commission rate for all his sales. So he sells this much in 1 week. So that is going to be the total earnings he is going to be getting is $285 plus 8% commission rate of all. So this is the sales he has done, right? So 8% of this one. So that is 8% of 4,213. That will be his total earning. So let's calculate that one. 285 plus 8% is going to be 8 by 100 times 4,230. So you can see here 285 plus this amount is going to be 337.04, and when you add that one you are going to get $622.04. So that means the D is the answer here. Next question. Annie is planning a business meeting for her company. She has a budget of $1,325 for renting a meeting room at a local hotel and providing lunch. She expects 26 people to attend the meeting. The cost of renting the meeting room is $270. Which inequality shows how to find the amount X Annie can spend on lunch for each person? So the total budget is going to be $1,325, in which she has to give $270 as rent. So this is the total, and $270 is the rent. She is expecting 26 people, and X is the amount of the lunch per head, per person, right? So $X is the lunch per person. So if 26 people are there, so that is going to be 26 times X. So whatever the budget is there, she has to include all these things inside this amount. So that means it can be equal to this amount or less than this amount. It cannot be more than that. So that means we can write the inequality like this, like 270 is the rent, that is a fixed amount, plus X is the lunch value per person, and if it is 26 people are there, so that is going to be 26X, and it should be less than or equal to $1,325. So that is the inequality answer going to be. So you can see here B is the answer here.
Next question. The graph shows the level of ibuprofen Y units in a patient's bloodstream X hours after the ibuprofen was taken. So here you can see in y-axis it's the ibuprofen level, and in the x-axis is the time given in hours. The level of ibuprofen in the patient's bloodstream increased from, so you have to select the value from here. So from the graph, what do you see? There is an increase from 0 to this much. So that means the increase is from 0. Increase is going to be from left to right. So that is from 0. So that means you can select the answer as 0. Now next one is hours to till what hour it is going to increase. So you can see this one is the increasing line and this is the decreasing line. So this is the increasing graph and decreasing graph. So it has increased from 0 to this point. So let's see what is this point. Is going to be less than 1. So here we have 2, 1 by 2, 5, 6 and 8. All these are going to be more than 1. And 2 by 3, that is the one that is going to be less than 1. And 2 by 3 is going to be somewhere around 0.66. So you can see here, yes, we have the same point is coming here around 0.66. So the value is going to be 2 by 3. Next question. There are S steps from the pedestal to the head of the Statue of Liberty. The number of steps in the Washington Monument is 27 less than 6 times the number of steps in the Statue of Liberty. Which expression represents the number of steps in the Washington Monument in terms of S? So you have to write down the number of steps in the Washington Monument. So let the number of steps in the Statue of Liberty is given as S, and the number of steps in the Washington Monument is given as W. So it says that Washington Monument is 27 less than 6 times the steps of Statue of Liberty. So that means W is going to be 6 times the number of statue in the Liberty. So that means 6 times S and 27 less, that is minus 27. So this is going to be the equation 6S minus 27. So that means C is our answer. Next question. A scientist is studying red maple tree growth in a state park. She measured the trunk diameters of a sample of trees in the same month every other year. The table shows the data for 2 of the trees. You can see the tables here. One is showing the year and the diameter. This is the final year in which she will collect data. When her data collection is complete, she will predict future red maple tree growth. So the question here is, the scientist plots the data for tree 2 on a coordinate grid. She begins by plotting data for year 3 and year 11. What are the locations of the 2 points on the coordinated grid? Click on the grid to plot the points. So we have to plot the points over here for year 3 and year 11. Let's do that one. So year 3 for tree 2. So this is tree 2 and year 3, year 11. So tree 2 is this one, year 3 is going to be this one, and year 11 is going to be this one. So this is the coordinate that you have to plot in the graph. So year 3 is going to be 12. So you are going to choose year 3 here and see the corresponding value in the diameter. That is going to be this one. So 12. So you will plot over here. Next one is year 11. Year 11 is going to be 14.4. So this is year 11. So 14.4 is going to be, 14 is this one. So 14.4 is somewhere here. So this is how you will plot. Next question for this one is, the scientist creates an equation that models her data for each tree so that she can predict the diameter in the future. Complete a linear equations that fits the data for tree 1 where x is the year and y is the trunk diameter in inches. So click on the variables and the number you want to select. So you have given some values here. So you have to see which one will be suitable for here. So you have to write down the linear equation. So we know that the linear equation will be always coming in the form y is equal to mx plus c form, where m is the slope and c is going to be the y-intercept. To find out the slope here, you have to use the formula y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. For that, you have to choose any one of this coordinate for the tree 1. So tree 1. So we are going to choose any one of the coordinate. So I can choose here 1 and any two coordinates. I'm just choosing these 2 coordinates here. So that means if these 2 coordinates are going to be my y2, y1, x2, x1. So this is in the, you can see that years are coming in the x-axis and the diameters were coming in the y-axis in the previous graph. So this will be chosen as x1 This can be x2 and this is going to be y1 and this is y2. So in that case, I can write down the slope is going to be y2 minus y1. So that is 19.8 minus 18.6 divided by 5 minus 1. That gives you 1.2 divided by 4 and that is 0.3. So that means I got the slope that is 0.3. So that is going to be here 0.3 and this is going to be x according to the equation. 0.3 is the slope and x is this x. So I have chosen this one and this one. Now rest left is the y-intercept. So to find out the y-intercept, I'm going to use one of the coordinate here. So let's choose this one coordinate and we are going to put that one in this equation. Y is equal to mx plus c including the slope value. So that means y will be this y value here, that is 18.6 is equal to, slope is going to be 0.3. So 0.3 times 1 plus c. So that is 18.6 is equal to 0.3 plus c. So therefore c is going to be 18.6 minus 0.3 and that is going to be 18.3. So we got the value here, that is 18.3. So I'm going to write here 18.3. So that's how we will find the answer for this one. Next question for this. In year 13, scientists will put tree wrap around tree 1 to protect it from the winter snow. The height of the tree wrap needs to be 45 inches. So you can see here the wrap. The wrap is priced by the square foot. To the nearest square foot, how many square feet of wrap does she need? So here you can see the wrap is in the shape of a cylinder. So you have to find out the area of this cylinder. But let's see that one right now. So just write down the total surface area of a cylinder. Total surface area of a cylinder. That is going to be 2 pi RH plus 2 pi R square. But here one thing is that we just have to find out the area of this place, this area. We don't have to find out because it is not a complete circle, because it is not a closed cylinder. This is a open cylinder. So we don't need the area of the circle below and above the cylinder here. So that's why we don't need to add this area here, that is 2 pi R square. We don't need that area. We just need the area of the curved surface here. So in that case you will be taking only the area of this one. So that is 2 pi RH. So now we are going to find out the area in inches. So you will find that one 2 times 3.14 times the radius is going to be. So you can see that one tree 1 and it is year 13. Tree 1 year 13 is the diameter is given as 22.2. So 22.2 means it's going to be 11.1, or you can directly put that 22.2 over here, because 2r, the diameter is going to be 2r. So we have 2r over here, so you can just put that one directly here. So it's going to be 3.14 times 22.2 times 45, which is going to be 3136.86 inch square. So you are getting this one is in the square inch here, so but you need the answer in square foot. So you need to know what is the conversion between the inches and feet. So let's see that one. So 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. So we need the answer in square foot. So that means 1 foot square is equal to 12 times 12, that is 144 inch square. So 1 foot square is going to be 144 inch square. So this much inch square, how many foot square? So that is what you have to find. So what you have to do, you just have to divide, so you can just divide 3136.86 divide by 144 to convert this inch square into foot square. That is going to be 21.78 foot square, and that is equal to, you can approximately write it as 22 foot square.